Okay, let us begin again engineering mechanics. Solve another good numerical, really good one. Problem set 2.4, solution to 2.61. Let me read out the statement as given in your book. This is your figure R. Three smooth right circular cylinders, three cylinders, cylinder 1, cylinder 2, cylinder 3. They are identical, each of radius r. All of them have the same radius r, and the weight of each one is p. Its weight acting from the center of mass vertically down, the weight p acting center of mass vertically down. The weight of this cylinder is also p acting from the center of mass vertically down. Are arranged on a smooth inclined surface. These are the two inclined surfaces making angle alpha here with the horizontal. Determine the least value of alpha. What should be the minimum value of alpha that will not present, that will prevent the arrangement from slipping. Means they will not slip. So don't look at this diagram. I have redrawn the diagram for you. So now look at the diagram. Very interesting. Let me first explain the diagram. So the two inclined planes here I have shown is this one. This is one inclined plane making angle alpha here with the horizontal, and this is the second one. This is the second inclined plane making angle alpha here with the horizontal, and the three smooth cylinders. And the radius is the radius of this cylinder are equal. So from the center of this cylinder to center of this cylinder, that is from A to C, will be equal to AF plus FC, that is R plus R2R. Similarly, from the center of this cylinder to the center of this cylinder, the distance will be R plus R, that is 2R. Similarly, AB, the center of this cylinder to center of this cylinder, the distance is AD plus DB, that is equal to R plus R, that is 2R. So the triangle ABCA is an equilateral triangle. So this angle will be 60, this angle will be 60, and this angle will be 60 degree. And since this is 60 degree, this line is the continuation. This RD is the continuation of this dotted line. This is the horizontal line. So this angle is vertically opposite to the angle between this and the angle between this. That is, this is equal to also 60 degree. 60 each. Let me write it. So in triangle, just I explained, angle BAC is equal to angle ACB is equal to angle ABC is equal to 60. Let it be beta. Now, so since AB is equal to BC is equal to CA is equal to 2R, the length of each side of the triangle ABC. Now, its weight is acting vertically downward, P. Its weight is acting vertically downward to this side is P. Its weight is also acting vertically downward to this side also P, which I have shown it here. Now here for the cylinder A, this is the reaction force RA, which I have extended. It will pass through the center A. I have shown it here. Similarly, for this cylinder, at this point of contact, the reaction force is RC. This is the line of action of RC, which I have shown it here. And two more. And here, at the point of contact between this cylinder and this cylinder, the action reaction, point D, so I have shown it as RD to this side for this cylinder, and RD to this side for this cylinder passing through its center B. Similarly, At the point of contact E between these two cylinders, let the action and reaction forces be RE, that I have also shown here, RE for this cylinder at point C and for this cylinder at point B towards this side. Both passing. This is passing through its center and this RE passing through its center. Now, then again at the point of contact F between these two cylinders, the action reaction force, here is your RF passing through C for this cylinder, and here is your RF passing through the center A for this cylinder. Now let us move on to the point B and draw a free body diagram. So we must first identify there are how many forces are at point B. To this side is RD, to this side is RE, and to this side vertically downward is your P. So here if you draw a horizontal line as x-axis, since this angle is 60, so this will also be 60. And since this angle is 60, this will also be 60. Now P is, the line of action of P is along y-axis. So only RD and RE will have horizontal and vertical components. So let us draw the free body diagram, taking this as x-axis and the line of action of P, that is this one as your y-axis. So that is what I have drawn here. So free body diagram at point B, RD, RE 60, 60. So RD will have a horizontal component to this side and a vertical component along positive y-axis, and RE will have a horizontal component along negative x-axis, that will be RE cos 60, and this RE will also have a vertical component along positive y-axis, and P is vertically downward. So let us apply sigma x is equal to 0 first. So your RD, this much from here to here, your RD cos 60 will be equal to, and opposite to this, that is RE cos 60 cancel, so RD is equal to RE. So the reaction force RD and RE both are equal. Then let us apply sigma y is equal to 0. Now as you can see, if you drop a perpendicular from here, so this part from here to here will be RD times sin 60. And if you drop a perpendicular from here, from this point to this point will be RE sin 60. Both are in the same direction, and the sum of that is being opposed by P for equilibrium, that is to make sigma x is equal to 0. So RD sin 60 plus RE sin 60 is equal to P. Since RD is equal to RE, so for RE I can put RD. So RD sin 60, RD sin 60. So 2 times RD sin 60 is equal to P. So 2 r sin 60 comes to the right hand side. So RD becomes P over 2 sin 60. Put the value of sin 60. This comes out to be P over root 3. And since RD is equal to RE, therefore RE is equal to P over root 3. Both RD and RE are equal to P over root 3. Now don't look at this diagram. I have redrawn in the next page. Now let us apply free body diagram at point A. But before we do that, let me first show you the diagram at point A. At point A, if you look at, there are 4 different forces. P is vertically downward, so this doesn't have a horizontal component. RF is horizontal along negative x-axis, so this also does not have a therefore vertical component. Now we are left with 2 more, that is RA from this point to this side, and RD from this point to this side. This RA and RD, they are neither horizontal nor vertical, So both of them, this RA and RD, will have horizontal and vertical components. So to find out that, we must know what angle RD makes with either x-axis or y-axis, and what angle RA makes with x-axis or y-axis, so that the horizontal component of RA can be found out and vertical component of RA can be found out. Similarly, if you can come to know what angle RD makes here with either x-axis or y-axis, we can find the horizontal and the vertical component of RD. Now look at this angle is 60 and this is vertically opposite to that. So RD part is clear. So RD is making 60 degree with the negative x-axis. So from here, if you drop a perpendicular, from here to here will be your RD cos 60. And if you drop a perpendicular from here, from this point to this point, will be your RD sin 60 in the direction of P. And from this point to this point, if you drop a perpendicular here, this will be your RD cos 60. So the only question is how to find out the angle that RA makes. This is the direction of RA, this is RA. What angle it makes either with x-axis or y-axis, so that the horizontal and vertical components of RA can be found out. So to do so, I have explained certain things here, which I just told you. At point A, there are four forces, RF, B, RA, RD. RF is horizontal, so has no vertical component. P is totally vertically downward, so has no horizontal component. So we are left with RA and RD. RA and RD are neither horizontal nor vertical, so both RA and RD will have horizontal and vertical components at point A. Don't look at this diagram. So RD part is clear. This makes angle 60 degree. I explained you RD makes angle 60 degree. RD makes angle 60 degree with negative x-axis. So this is your RD cos 60 and this is your RD sin 60 in the direction of P. Now, to find out what angle RA makes, I have explained in a different ways. Now look at the situation here. Now look at the situation here. So this part is clear. BAC is 60, RD makes 60 with negative x-axis at A, since this is 60 being vertically opposite to angle BAC, that is 60, which I just explained. So we need to find which angle at A is alpha, so that we can split RA to horizontal and vertical components. Now look at this point. This point, that is the point A. From point A, P is vertically downward. From point A, P is vertically downward, and this angle is alpha. That is same thing as this angle. And which is this line? Which is this line? This line. This line is the same thing as this line. This line. I have taken this point here, right? I have taken this point here to make the things simpler. RA to this line is perpendicular because it is a normal reaction. So this is your P, this is your RA. Now this angle is given is alpha. This P is perpendicular to this line, the baseline, so therefore this is 90. And this RA here to this line is perpendicular. So in this triangle, this angle is 90, this is alpha. Therefore, we are left with 90 minus alpha. Now look at the smaller angle, smaller triangle, this triangle, this triangle, this triangle. This is 90 minus alpha. Therefore, this has to be alpha. This has to be alpha. And this angle is vertically opposite to this. Therefore, this angle will also be alpha. So at point A, RA makes angle alpha with the vertical. So this will be your RA sin alpha along positive x-axis. RA cos alpha will be negative x-axis. And previously I have explained from this point in this direction was your RD sin 60. RD sin 60, which I have already explained. And your RD cos 60 from this point was to this side. RD cos 60, which I explained in the previous space, in this space, right? Now it is simple. Now look, so again RD sin 60 is along negative y-axis. Negative y-axis, this is your positive x-axis, this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis. So apply sigma y is equal to 0. Now RD sin 60 and P, they are in the same direction, that is being opposed by RA cos alpha. So RA cos alpha is equal to P plus RD sin 60. Put the value of RD, which we just calculated, sin 60. So this cancels. So P plus P over 2 is equal to 3P by 2 is your RA cos alpha. So your RA is equal to cos alpha goes to the other side, becomes 3P by 2 cos alpha. Now again apply sigma x is equal to 0 at point A. Now point A, to this side is RA sin alpha, and to this side is your RD cos 60, and to this side was also your RF. If you look at the original diagram, RF was also to this side. At the point of contact F, the action reaction, RF, horizontal, right? So RF and RD sin 60, they are in the same direction. So both are added, and that is being opposed by RA sin alpha to make sigma x is equal to 0. So RD sin 60 goes to the other side, is subtracted. So your RF is equal to RA, put the value of RA, 3P by 2 cos alpha into sin alpha here, minus P over root 3, that is RD, sin cos 60 is 1 by 2, so this becomes 3 by 2 P tan alpha, sin alpha over cos alpha minus this. So RF becomes 3 by 2 P tan alpha minus P over 2 root 3. Now the last part is interesting. Last part is interesting to find alpha. Now look at the statement. Condition for no slipping between the cylinders A and C. If you look at the two cylinders, these two cylinders, if you look at the original diagram, A and C, these are the two cylinders. If they don't slip, so here the action reaction must vanish if there is an X, right? So in the diagram that I have done for you, between this cylinder and this cylinder at the point of contact F, this was the action, RF was the action reaction force. So if they are not slipping, means if the situation is not like this, they are not slipping, then your action reaction force, that is RF, vanishes. The normal reaction between A and C should be 0. So put RF is equal to 0 in equation 4. Put RF is equal to 0 in equation 4. This is your equation 4. Now it is simple. So put RF is equal to 0 in equation 4. So 0 is equal to 3 by 2 p tan alpha, that is equal to p over this much. So make a side change, p over 2 times root 3 is equal to 3 by 2 p tan alpha. So 2 cancels, p cancels. So tan alpha is equal to 1 over 3 root 3. So alpha is tan inverse 1 over 3 root 3. Put it in a scientific calculator. That comes out to be 10.8933 degree. If you convert into minutes and seconds of arc, 10 degree 53 minute 36.22 seconds of arc. That is the answer. Hope you like the explanation. Give a thumbs up, or if you still like to subscribe, you can do so. Thank you.